During Marilyn Monroe's 36 years of life, she starred in a great many films alongside plenty of actors. Despite all the work the actress left behind and the legends that persist, there is still a great deal of mystery surrounding her. Since Marilyn hasn't been with us for over half a century, one of the only ways we have to learn about who she really was through the testimony of those who worked with her. Some of the many people Marilyn worked with most closely include the many actors she kissed on screen. Join Factsverse as we explore what it was like kissing Marilyn Monroe. Martin Landau. Martin Landau was one of the first male stars of note to work alongside Marilyn, having struck up a friendship with her while the two were studying together at the Actors Studio in New York. His early impression of Marilyn was that she was incredibly shy and reserved, especially in comparison to the more boisterous females present at the studio. But when Martin got to know Marilyn better, he quickly realized there was a dark side to her innocence. As they worked together, he grew to appreciate not only her beauty, but also her immense acting talents. According to Martin, there was something authentically disturbed about Marilyn that allowed her to convey deep emotion. While it impressed Martin, it also frightened him. The actor claimed to believe the actress had demons. Don Murray. Don could be seen performing alongside Marilyn Monroe in the film Bus Stop, released in 1956. He found himself impressed by the depth of Marilyn's emotional conveyance. However, he also found himself perturbed by the actress's apparent inability to perform professionally on set at certain times. Apparently, Marilyn suffered from a lack of confidence around the time that had grown so severe she would often break out into a physical rash. This made it hard for Don to be fully attracted to Marilyn, although he certainly appreciated her. He claimed Marilyn seemed terrified to step in front of the cameras during the filming of the movie, which he found odd given that she was one of the most adored and lusted after celebrities on the planet at the time. It seems the public's blind adoration was no remedy for whatever ailment was afflicting poor Marilyn's broken psyche. Laurence Olivier. Laurence Olivier performed with Marilyn in the 1957 film The Prince and the Showgirl. He was quick to note there was something authentically concerning about her, but that didn't stop Laurence from falling slightly in love with her. Despite the fact he found himself both charmed and impressed by Marilyn, he eventually lost his patience as she began to exude more and more erratic behavior. Marilyn had become notoriously scatterbrained by the time of production and apparently had a hard time being very prudent when it came to filming schedules. Laurence claimed Marilyn would often show up as many as 4 hours late for filming, which was something that eventually caused him to lose respect for the actress. Celebrities and billionaires love to collect art, which is a great way to invest and diversify your portfolio away from market volatility, like we're experiencing right now. But you no longer have to have Jeff Bezos' wealth to invest in fine art. That's because our partner, Masterworks.io, has opened the door to fine art collecting for everyone. Even if you don't have an 8-figure net worth, you can now invest in works of art just like this one by Picasso. Masterworks has made the process incredibly easy. Head on over to Masterworks.io, select the number of shares of an art piece you want to own, and then buy them. Now that you've invested in that painting, you can either wait for the piece to be sold or sell your shares through the secondary market. Masterworks investors recently received a 31.7% net return from their sale of George Condo's Staring into Space. Receiving a $1 billion-plus valuation, Masterworks has been getting a lot of attention. But if you click the link in the description, you can skip the line and start investing in fine art today. Richard Widmark. Richard Widmark was an actor who worked with Marilyn in the 1952 film Don't Bother to Knock, several years before either Don Murray or Laurence Olivier experienced their troubles with her. Like Don later claimed, Richard said Marilyn seemed like a nervous wreck on the set, so much so he began to grow concerned for the young actress. He found her habits to be self-destructive and feared for the worst. A decade later, Widmark's fears were proven accurate when she passed away at a tragically young age. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Factsverse for more, and stick around for more about Marilyn Monroe. Clark Gable. 1960's The Misfits proved to be the last feature that either Marilyn Monroe or Clark Gable ever completed. Marilyn Monroe's then-husband, playwright Arthur Miller, scripted the film. At that point in young Marilyn Monroe's life, things had gotten pretty bad in regards to her mental state. According to Clark, filming the picture with the star made him feel so stressed out he felt he was going to have a heart attack on set. The actor did end up having a heart attack just after the film wrapped and was pronounced dead within a little over a week. Marilyn Monroe was never officially blamed for Clark's death, though his ominous words certainly proved prophetic. Tommy Noonan. Tommy was one of Marilyn Monroe's co-stars in the 1953 feature Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Infamously, an interviewer asked Tommy, just after filming a romantic scene with Marilyn, what it had been like to kiss her. Tommy replied it felt like being swallowed alive, and Marilyn was within hearing distance. As soon as she heard Tommy's remark, she was said to have burst out in tears in front of everyone. Jane Russell, another co-star on the feature, did her best to comfort the renowned leading lady. Though Tommy likely didn't intend to hurt Marilyn's feelings, he had no way of knowing just how damaged and fragile she really was. Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon worked with Marilyn on Some Like It Hot in 1959. While he certainly saw Marilyn could often be difficult to work with, he found himself too in awe of her comedic prowess to take up any issue with the late beloved actress. Still, Jack did note that Marilyn had a tendency to not be the most professional actress at certain points during filming, often needing several dozen takes before she could accurately read a line. It seems that, as hard as Marilyn tried, she could never quite overcome her nerves enough to let her natural talent out in front of the cameras. Robert Mitchum. Robert Mitchum was another of Marilyn's male co-star who commented that it seemed like the actress wasn't always mentally sound. He was one of many to note that Marilyn's confidence didn't always match the way audiences viewed her, and she never quite saw herself as a woman who was conventionally attractive. Robert commented on the fact that Marilyn seemed somewhat immature, as if being surrounded by so many handlers in her professional life had dulled her senses. The two had first met before Marilyn's rise to fame, and they went on to work together in the feature River of No Return. Tony Curtis. Tony and Marilyn were romantically involved in the late 40s, shortly before Marilyn's unprecedented rise to superstardom. According to Tony's recollections later in life, the two sparked up that romance once again a decade later while filming Some Like It Hot, though both of them were married to other people at the time. While doing press for the movie, Tony was asked the classic question of what it was like to kiss the beloved Marilyn Monroe. Tony shot back that kissing the actress was akin to kissing Hitler. He was being sarcastic, though the remark has often been used to prove that the actor had an authentic distaste for Marilyn. Given that Tony spent the later years of his life attempting to convince people that he and Marilyn had been involved in an affair during filming, it would stand to reason he enjoyed kissing her more than kissing Hitler. Dean Martin. At the end of her career, Marilyn was attempting to film a feature called Something's Got to Give alongside Dean Martin. By then, her mental state had become so bad that 20th Century Fox attempted to fire her from the picture. Dean claimed he'd quit if Marilyn was replaced, which prompted 20th Century Fox to allow her to stay. Sadly, her death ended up preventing the picture from being completed. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you know that not every actor who kissed Marilyn Monroe enjoyed it? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.